breaking news, everybody. Apparently, there's a Jalen Hurts drama in the locker room. It's absolute freaking bullcrap. We'll get into that. Um, there's a bunch of stuff about Saquon we got to talk about. Potential trade candidates or cut candidates, things of that nature. But without further ado, let's fall on into it. Yeah, first and foremost, first thing I'd like to talk about is Chris Carlin. Apparently, he said that Jalen Hurts, after he got paid, there was like some locker room issues that some people in the locker room didn't like how he was acting and things of that nature, saying that there was quote unquote fences to mend and it could blow up at any second or however that it's like that type of situation, and he has to work hard to redo it or however. And basically, I learned from watching like numerous videos and other guys or however that no diddy pause. But I learned that he was only in Philly for like 10 minutes, and then other than that, he's mainly like a New York guy. But when he was in Philly for those 10 or 15 minutes or however, it was whenever whenever Jalen Hurts was still in college. So in other words, I mean, I call bull crap on that. So yeah, overall, I mean, I don't think it's anything to worry about or however in terms of that. I think it's gonna be a pretty solid season on offense and defense. I'm not saying we're gonna coast through everything, however, but I mean, I think that both sides of the ball are still gonna play pretty freaking well, win, lose, or draw. Um, but yeah, next up, Saquon was freaking trashed, treated horribly by the New York Giants. Even AJ got mad. We'll get into that a little bit next. So first off, the New York Giants executive Tim McDonald, he said, "If we lose Saquon, what's our identity?" And then the general manager said, We need to upgrade our O line. Paying Danny Jones $40 million. It's not to hand off the ball to a $12 million back." So what I get from that is that they're basically choosing Danny Jones over Saquon. And to me, I mean, that's absolutely like dumb. I'm not even gonna lie. That's absolutely dumb. That's dumbfounding. But either way, it helps us out. So I mean, I'm absolutely happy to have him as an Eagle or however. I hope the best for him, and hopefully he can have many dominant years with us, things of that nature. So yeah, again, I don't think the Giants thought that he'd get that much. I don't think that they thought anyone was trying to or however. But obviously they thought heavily wrong, things of that nature. So, and then I do know that they also said that they thought that they could find somebody as good as Saquon, like with as good or around as good production for a heck of a lot cheaper than what Saquon was asking. And then I know they were like, oh, let's just throw him like 7.5 or however, let's offer him that just so it makes it look like we threw an offer. But in reality, they weren't even intending to bring him back. It even said that like on the Hard Knocks episode. So I'm assuming everybody saw it, but those are just my thoughts on it. I mean, on one hand, I kind of feel bad for Saquon. On the other hand, we took care of him and all that. He still has many good football years, it looks like. So, I mean, again, I'm very confident to what he can bring to the Eagles organization. So, heck yeah, welcome to the Eagles. In terms of the Giants, you never deserved them to begin with. Next up, A.J. Brown. He said that, man, it wasn't even about me, but it even made me mad. I'm going to make sure you get yours. What I thought about that simply is that, like, man, A.J. Brown, he's such a selfless teammate, you know what I'm saying? He's not a selfish teammate, but he's a selfless teammate, you know what I'm saying? He's humble, he's smart, so I mean, I honestly think he would, give some of the spotlight to him or however so everyone gives him respect on his name, because I feel like AJ Brown, like he feels like he's kind of like solidified, so he's like, yeah, he it's his turn now, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like lately people have been coming to the Eagles to get their respect, you know what I'm saying? Devin White, you know what I'm saying? AJ Brown, you know what I'm saying? And then obviously, now Saquon Barkley, like to a certain extent, he wants his own, you know what I'm saying, respect or however, like hey, I mean, I'm around trash or however, and then he gets called old and injury prone and all that or however. So then that's what I honestly think about it. But yeah, next up, Vontae Maddox is expected to be ready for training camp. I mean, he can play, cornerback pretty well. I don't think he'd be, extremely good at safety or however, because I know that they're thinking about sliding other cornerbacks to safety or however. But I mean, we got Isaiah Rodgers, Cooper DeJean, If anything, try to convert the young guys or however, have them play safety or however first, and then put them at cornerback or however. I mean, I don't know. I'm not the head coach or however, but I mean, I'm just saying. I like Avonte Maddox. You know what I'm saying? When he's healthy, but just let him play cornerback. You know what I'm saying? Don't put him at safety. But either way, hopefully he can play a good season and all that good stuff or however. And I heard him in trade talks as well. Like maybe that they might try to prop up his value. Like I've been hearing on other channels about like Kenny Pickett or however. That the Eagles might be trying to prop up the value. So if they need a linebacker or however, like okay, bet we'll give you Kenny Pickett or however for this linebacker, and then however the case may be. But yeah, the next up, Darius Slay says Fangio will bench anyone that if needed or however, if they're not playing well, if they're doing stupid stuff or however. I mean, what I think of that is like I'm like, well, Slayer getting benched, and then things go like last year, a lot of people are getting benched, defensively or however. But yeah, overall, I mean, I think overall I have like the most faith in our secondary or however, because I mean, in my opinion, at least Cooper DeJean or one of like at least a couple of our draft picks this year got to hit is my point. And then in terms of the first 2 rounds, Cooper DeJean and then Quinyon Mitchell, at least one of those got to hit. At least one of those guys got to be like a star, however the case. But I mean, I hope both of them are. That's my prediction. I think both of them, the Flying Frenchman and then Quinyon, once he gets like his Philly nickname or however, like how Jason Kelsey's was the Philly Batman or Skinny Batman or however it was, and then Devontae Smith is something like that or however the case. But yeah, either way, yeah, I mean, overall, super excited about that or however, finally have some accountability, and then hopefully, not going to play favorites. Because if that's the case, Darius Slay's going to get benched real fast if it's really like that or however. But yeah, next up, reporter denies Jalen's Eagles leadership concerns or however, saying that his like leadership so-called issues or however are not the actual concern, that it's the turnovers, things of that nature. In my personal opinion, it was like maybe that it was straight up on him, basically bad judgment. I watched every single play, every single game, every single down, you know what I'm saying? I was there, you know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. In my opinion, I seen him throw 5 that was straight up his fault. I was like, dang, somebody else was open, or oh, dang, that I was like, oh, dang, But other than that, I think everything else was literally just a freaking scheme, in my personal opinion. I mean, if you only know 5 plays, of course, everyone's going to catch on at some point. I mean, that is honestly just the truth. If you only know 2 or 3 plays. Next up, Gainwell or Shipley potentially at running back 2. Who do you guys have again? Comment down below. Who do you guys have at running back 2? I mean, there's Will Shipley. There's Gainwell. I mean, there's other potential candidates. Maybe we trade for Miles Sanders. Using Gainwell or however, because he's listed in potential trade talks. I'd rather have Miles Sanders and Saquon than Gainwell and Saquon or however. I'd rather have Saquon and Miles Sanders or however. And then obviously maybe Shipley or however. Even then, if we could get Miles Sanders back just in case if anything were to happen, because you never know, it's a crazy world. But I think we should be pretty set at running back or however if we were to get Miles Sanders. But overall, Smitty covers for Sarah Fraud, saying that he won't be blind now that he'll have more time to do more and all that, because he won't be blind with other things or however like with play calling or however. So I guess like he'll be able to like be like the mediator and be like a game manager or however, like not really affecting the game, just like managing it, making sure it goes okay and all that, and being like the motivational speaker and all that. So that's how I took it. It sounded like to me that like Nick was overwhelmed, when things were going bad and things of that nature, and when things were going good, he's obviously talking crap and all that, walking the walk, talking the talk. But then when things are going bad, he couldn't walk the walk. He can only talk the talk. So apparently that's why he got his coaching duties in terms of actually play calling stripped from him. But yeah, next up, Sidney Brown. He's running 22 miles an hour. Just has to work on lateral movement, things of that nature. That's really exciting to see. I hope that he has a really good season again. I know he had like a 99-yard pick six last season. That's super exciting. I hope this year he has something like that again. Multiple times or however, hopefully. But yeah, overall, I'm just super excited for training camp. It's right around the corner, with 4th of July, just, passing by or however. Yeah, again, hope you guys had a great 4th of July. Hopefully nobody lost any fingers or however. But yeah, like I said, essentially, in training camp, we're going to see everyone with pads. We're going to see what Jamar Charter has. We're going to see, what Nolan Smith has. Apparently Nolan Smith's looking to lead, or however, according to Brandon Graham and everybody like that, or have saying that he's, put on a lot of muscle and, he's moving insanely well and all that. And then the only person that really has bad news about them, or however, is Nakobe Dean, the glass man. Some people say he's a dog and all this and that, and oh, he's good, and oh, he'll be good someday and all that, just you wait and all that. But for me, I'm like, the only thing he got in him is glass. I mean, the best ability is availability. It doesn't matter how fast you are, how good you can tackle, or, why they drafted you. If you can't stay on the field, it doesn't matter. Ain't none of that matter if you can't even stay on the field. I mean, it's just how it is. But yeah, overall, but yeah, and then obviously we're going to see, more intense cornerback battles. Maybe Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell can work their way up to the starting lineup, things of that nature. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of battles taking place, more intensely. And, there's going to be a lot of entertaining footage, I'm really excited to see it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry for the inconsistency these last few days. I've been prepping for the 4th of July, busy with a lot of things or however. But there's been technical difficulties with my Wi-Fi or however the case, but I thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, again, once I get to 1,000 subs, I'm gonna do a little giveaway or however, and then I'm trying to go live or however, so I can expand the channel, and then hopefully help someone else expand theirs or however. But if you'd like to go live or however, if you guys have your own Philly channel, comment down below, and maybe we can go live or however someday. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Philly out. Peace.